It's summer. Air conditioning is running. The night is long. Nothing particular to do. And for some reason, you keep thinking about scary things. Turned off the lights, pulled a blanket over your head, and then immediately pulled it over your face. We've all been there. But hold on, why do we enjoy being scared? Fear is a clear signal from the brain. Danger, run, fight. Enjoy is not on that list. And yet humans voluntarily spend their own money, their own time, deliberately seeking out things that terrify them. No other animal on Earth does this. Show a dog a horror movie and it doesn't experience thrill. It barks, hides, or leaves. Honestly, the dog has a point. Today we answer two questions through neuroscience and evolution. Why are humans the only animal that enjoys being scared? And why does summer make it worse? Let's start with what happens in your brain. Something jumps out on screen. The amygdala fires instantly. No rational judgment, no deliberation, before you can think. The amygdala is your brain's alarm system. The moment something seems off, it fires. No questions asked. Once the alarm sounds, signals flood your body, adrenaline is released. Heart rate spikes, pupils dilate, muscles tighten. Blood rushes from your internal organs to your limbs. Your body is preparing to fight or run. That part's real, by the way, textbook stuff. The problem is how fast this happens. The amygdala has declared a state of emergency before your brain even registers this is a movie. Only then does the prefrontal cortex step in. Oh, that's a screen, that's not real. Slower than you'd hope, honestly. By the time your brain says you're safe, the adrenaline is already flooding your bloodstream. It doesn't just disappear. And in that state, dopamine starts to kick in. Dopamine is the brain's reward chemical. Pleasure, anticipation, excitement. Adrenaline plus dopamine equals thrill. Fear converts into excitement. Simplified, scared, adrenaline surge. Brain confirms you're safe. Dopamine kicks in. Feels amazing. Watching a horror movie is essentially tricking your brain with remarkable precision. And your brain falls for it every time. Every single time. So why can't other animals do this? The key is knowing it's fake. The ability to distinguish fake danger from real danger. Without it, fear is just fear. That ability lives in the prefrontal cortex. Humans have a prefrontal cortex dramatically more developed than any other animal on Earth. So only humans can know this is a movie and still react as if it isn't. You know it's fake. Your brain responds as if it's real. That contradiction is exactly what makes it thrilling. So why did this ability evolve? The most widely cited theory is the fear inoculation hypothesis. Theory, by the way, not fully proven, but the logic holds up reasonably well. Simply put, horror is rehearsal for danger. In a real emergency, adrenaline floods the system and decision-making deteriorates. Hard to think clearly when your body is in crisis mode. But repeatedly experience that fear state in a safe environment, and the brain adapts. It learns to function without panicking. Like a vaccine, a small dose of fake danger so your system knows how to handle the real thing. Some researchers suggest this started with prehistoric humans swapping predator stories around fires. We can't verify that. No footage exists. But humans have never stopped manufacturing fake danger. Something kept us doing it, so presumably it worked. There's also a social function. Research shows groups who share intense fear experiences bond more strongly afterward. Whether prehistoric ghost stories specifically built tribal cohesion, not directly proven, but it's a compelling idea. Why does horror hit people differently? Psychologist Marvin Zuckerman identified sensation-seeking, the drive toward novel, intense experiences. Real concept, actually studied. High sensation seekers want stronger stimuli. Their dopamine conversion runs fast. Lower sensation seekers get the same adrenaline hit, but dopamine doesn't follow. The fear stays fear. The thrill doesn't arrive. Neither is wrong, it's just different brain wiring. The dopamine pathway works differently. This same mechanism runs through everything else. Roller coasters, bungee jumping, haunted houses, skydiving, all the same principle. Then there's escape rooms. VR horror. As technology improves, humans build increasingly convincing fake dangers. Humanity is evolving in a very strange direction. So why does summer specifically pull people toward horror? There's a theory. When the fear response kicks in, blood redirects from your skin toward your muscles, causing a brief drop in skin temperature. That chill you feel during a scary scene might be this, not rigorously confirmed, but the mechanism is plausible enough. In summer heat, that momentary coolness feels like a small relief. As effective as air conditioning? Absolutely not. But the brain stores that brief chill, the adrenaline, and the atmosphere of a summer night as one package. Then there's culture. Japan has a tradition of summer ghost stories tied to Obon season. Korea follows the same pattern. Ghost stories have always belonged to summer. Horror films cluster in summer schedules. Ghost costumes appear. Creepy stories start circulating. The brain has learned summer equals fear season. The craving is partly Pavlovian at this point. Modern horror has been evolving. The 1980s were slasher films, blood, knives, jump scares. The 90s shifted to psychological horror, the unseen, the twist, the slow dread. Post-2010, social horror, race, class, family. Situations you can't escape because they're just life. Get Out. Hereditary, Midsummer. Not scary because of monsters. Scary because the situations feel real. It might be the most honest genre in cinema right now. No other animal on Earth manufactures fake danger to enjoy it. And that behavior, according to the best theory we have, was a survival mechanism millions of years in the making. Probably not fully confirmed, but it's the most convincing explanation on the table. Next time you're under a blanket, heart pounding, watching something you chose to watch, that's not weakness. It just also doesn't make you any less scared. Let's be honest about that. If you found this interesting, subscribe and hit like. It genuinely helps more than you'd think. Drop a comment with the scariest film you've ever seen. We'll be back with another story about what makes us human. See you next time.